tinned fish.
Tinned fish?
The tin fish.
Tinned fish.
It feels like food gentrification to me.
So people are kind of obsessed with tinned fish lately. Trends like tinned fish talk are doing crazy numbers, generating hype, sparking debate, and culminating in a sprawling haven for tinned fish in the heart of Times Square. But while social media just discovered it, one region of the world has enjoyed this delicacy for centuries as part of its incredible cuisine. But if you were to scroll through tinned fish talk, you wouldn't even know it. And it makes me wonder, in all the recent fervor, are we losing sight of the past? How do food trends driven by social media influencers and celebrity chefs shape our culinary perception? And are they erasing the rich histories behind some of these foods? Is tinned fish talk, dare I say, gentrification? Let's talk about it. For the real eater. All right, so how did we even get here? Why are people suddenly into tinned fish? I mean, before this trend, at least in the US, canned seafood was kind of seen as a budget-friendly option or emergency ration, not as some sort of gourmet delight. But flash forward to today, and you see people from all over the country showcasing their favorite tinned fish varieties.
Smoked trout.
Octopus.
Roasted garlic mackerel.
Spiced sardines.
Spiced calamari.
Mussels. We love tinned mussels.
Ritualistically opening the cans to reveal the beautiful, glistening seafood inside, arranging them on wooden charcuterie boards amid sprigs of rosemary and spreads of olives and artisanal cheeses. It seems out of nowhere these ingredients that used to be relegated to the back of the shelf have become celebrated as the latest viral sensation. And it's kind of wild that this sort of thing can happen, no? I mean, to go from zero to obsession like that? How? Well, as it turns out, this sort of thing has happened before. The culinary world is no stranger to evolving tastes and emerging trends. What's dismissed today as, something ordinary or even pedestrian could become tomorrow's gourmet phenomenon, and vice versa. People used to think of lobster as prisoner food. And here in New York, oyster carts are once as common as dirty water dogs. Or look at chicken. I mean, that meat used to be reserved for special occasions or the wealthy elite because each bird took significant resources and time to raise. It wasn't until the advancements of the mid-20th century that chicken production was scaled up, transforming the meat from a luxury to a staple. Our taste in food, much like trends in fashion and music and art, evolve with the broader technological and cultural shifts in our society. But why tinned fish? And why now? There had to be some sort of catalyst, something that kick-started the trend. Well, let's see. Why would people suddenly start hoarding large amounts of non-perishable ingredients? Is there something that happened recently that might have triggered a tremendous shift in consumer behavior? Some type of widespread calamity or unprecedented event? Maybe with a profound impact at a global level?
Are we talking quarantine protocols?
That's right. In addition to hand sanitizer, toilet paper, and smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm, the 2020 pandemic motivated a lot of people to hoard shelf-stable canned goods.
We have enough canned food to last us here for months.
Which is believed to have introduced tinned fish to new people in the first place, sowing the seeds for the fascination we see today. But to attribute the trend to this alone would be sort of a cop-out. There had to be a proper foundation first, fertile soil, in order for this trend to take root. And there was. In our increasingly digital and sometimes artificial world, it's not hard to see that many people sense a detachment from nature and authenticity. There's a general longing to return to simpler times, or at least to integrate more unprocessed and real elements into one's life. I mean, you can see this in the growing interest for things like natural wine, artisanal foods, handcrafted goods. It's a reaction against the mass-produced, the synthetic, and the generic. In an age of individually wrapped cheese slices and baconators, there's a romance in savoring a delicacy that has been preserved in its prime, untouched, delivering flavors reminiscent of distant coasts and ancient traditions. And nobody knows this better than the cultures of the Iberian Peninsula, where tinned fish is more than a dish, it's a narrative of a people and their bond with the sea. The Spaniards and the Portuguese, blessed with expansive coastlines, not only relied on the sea for sustenance, but turned its bounty into art. Conservas were never mere commodities. They symbolized centuries of knowledge, preserving both fish and cultural traditions. With Conservas, the idea is to capture the ocean's essence at its peak, and this commitment to quality has fostered a deep-seated respect elevating them from mere preserved foods to sought-after delicacies. But as people across the globe share their tinned fish discoveries, there comes a troubling observation. There's no recognition for the Iberian heritage of tinned fish, even as all the labels of all the tins clearly denote their origin. In this trend, tinned fish has become just another luxury item, divorced from its roots and enjoyed without context. It's not hard to see the parallels with a phenomenon like gentrification. Just as urban neighborhoods undergo transformation where long-standing communities get overshadowed by newer, more affluent influences, the rich history of tinned fish, deeply rooted in Spanish and Portuguese traditions, seems to be getting lost within the hype. Like the vintage storefronts and family-run businesses that make way for hip cafes and boutiques, the cultural significance behind these delicacies risk being overshadowed by their new social media fame. Then again, so what? People are enjoying the food. Why should we care whether they acknowledge the heritage or not? Does it really matter? You can see both sides of this argument. On the one hand, for many, social media platforms like TikTok serve as an introduction to global cuisines, shaping culinary perceptions and influencing food choices. By omitting the Iberian context, viewers are robbed of an understanding of the profound history and cultural nuances behind the enjoyment of tinned fish in this region. The gastronomic heritage of Spain, with its myriad conservas ranging from anchovies to mussels, is a testament to the country's deep relationship with the sea, a relationship cultivated over centuries. And to bypass it is to ignore a rich tapestry of stories, flavors, and traditions. Yet, one could also argue that the trend sort of embodies the modern age's very essence, where cultures intermingle more freely than ever, and tastes and traditions evolve faster than they did before. I mean, tinned fish talk has undoubtedly exposed a lot of people to a culinary tradition they might have never thought to try. Digital media has democratized food culture, providing a platform for aficionados and novices to share their passion and to bring their unique perspectives to the table. But like with many trends, there's a risk of the original essence getting diluted or erased by commercialization, homogenizing the products for mass appeal and stripping away regional differences. As dishes trend and get replicated, they might become distanced from their original context, turning into mere commodities rather than cultural treasures. And in that process, something real and wonderful and human is lost. So when does appreciation turn into appropriation, and can we taste the difference? How much regard for the original cultures and traditions should we give? Are we saying that these influencers need to become ethnographers or cultural ambassadors? No, of course not. But maybe we need to rebalance the scales just a bit. I think appreciation of a cuisine means recognizing its origins, understanding its significance, and valuing the techniques and stories associated with it. It's an act of learning and understanding and giving credit where credit is due. Appropriation strips a dish of its context to present it as a new discovery without acknowledging the roots that were already there. So how can we, either as creators or consumers, make a difference? Well, one approach is to highlight chefs and restaurants that showcase these traditions with the understanding and respect they deserve. I'm reminded of a Spanish tapas restaurant here in Brooklyn, Bar Vinazo, and its talented chef Silvia Garcia Nevado. Born in Barcelona, the chef's thoughtfully constructed menu is a heartfelt ode to Spain's rich gastronomic tapestry. I mean, from start to finish, the entire meal feels like a passionate culinary tour of Spain and its various distinct regions. I mean, from the pinchos and the aceitunas, the jamón cinco hojas, the pulpo, the fideuá, and of course, the conservas, the tinned fish. Through the menu, the chef narrates a story, weaving together flavors, aromas, and memories from her homeland. Every dish celebrates her heritage. It's evident that the chef has poured her heart into every creation, ensuring that the guests experience the genuine warmth, tradition, and flavors of Spain in every bite. So is tinned fish talk gentrification? Maybe. But perhaps the question isn't whether it's gentrification, but rather how we as eaters can engage with these culinary stories responsibly. The challenge is not enjoying foreign delicacies, but in ensuring that in our quest for authentic experiences, we don't eclipse the rich histories that they carry. It's a call for mindful consumption in a world bursting with flavors. If embraced with respect, curiosity, and a genuine desire to understand the origin of tinned fish, then the trend could be a beautiful homage to the past and the promises of the future. But if the focus veers solely toward capitalizing on its trendy status, then there's a real danger of losing the very essence that made it special to begin with. And when that happens, what are you left with? Just a can of fish.